If someone is doing a daily multi-hour practice in some sort of isolated seclusion, fine. I mean, that's really, really wonderful. But if one isn't doing a daily practice because they think that that's what they're supposed to be doing, that's a mistake. Alignment shouldn't at all be tedious. It shouldn't be tedious, and it shouldn't be a burden to align the body with clarity. And so I think the essential reason, that the sort of primary reason that alignment is such an essential element of the practice is, first of all, it allows greater efficiency of movement. So even if all I wanted to do was to play and move and explore, I could do that for longer with greater skill and greater depth if I worked with the natural contours of the body and created more technical awareness in what I did. The body would just sustain itself and grow much deeper in all the practices over time when things are adequately aligned. Just like the architecture of a building, right? Let's say someone just wanted, I just want a house. I just want a house to have fun and it looks cool inside. Well, you don't want your framer or your architect or your engineer to not spend time with some basic principles about how the house aligns itself for a long period of time, right? And so that's really how I look at the body, is the technique facilitates the depth and the sort of fun and the grandeur and the creativity of the practice. So it's the backbone. Technique is the backbone that allows us to be much more free. I don't want to be tedious. Like, I really don't. Like, I want to give a level of technical and instructional experience to people that helps them go deep into their own inquiry. But I don't want to be a burden, right? I don't want to give 400 technical instructions that makes it really arcane and really esoteric and really impossible for anyone to relate to, with the exception of like 1% of the practitioners of the world. I want things to feel, I want the technique to actually be exciting and interesting and rich, not, wait, what? Now I have to do this? The main way that I bring who I am and my yoga practice to life is I fully integrate it in what I do. So I'm gonna give you a really honest, clear example. Today we're filming, it's Sunday. I watch football on Sundays when I get an opportunity to watch football on Sundays. I was a fan of the NFL before I knew what down dog is. That isn't going away. If I could cauterize that part of my brain, I probably would. But it's in there, it's part of who I am. And so I'll probably do forward bends and standing poses while I have football on in the background. Now that doesn't mean that I won't also do a sit later or shavasana later, and that doesn't mean that, I think it's a good idea for everyone to always stretch their body and call it yoga while watching TV. But it does mean that it's not separate to me, it's just, I do my practice like I take a shower, like I brush my teeth, like I breathe, like I go to sleep, like I read a book. It's not a separate thing. It's just a normal, ordinary, wonderful part of my daily life. And so I don't put expectations around it that it should be like this. Your yoga practice should be at 4 a.m. for 4 hours in a candlelit, bamboo floored room. I don't think for the majority of people that is really the case. And I really do look at, I think I said earlier, I look at cultural context and philosophical context. And I'm a modern person. I was born in a very modern era. And so I'm taking the teachings that have come out of a very ancient monastic lineage and making it relevant to myself. And as a householder, it's not relevant to me to make my yoga practice something separate from the rest of my life. It's just something that I do. It's just something that I do instead of laying on the couch and reading a book. I lay in Supta Baddha Konasana and read a book. Instead of laying on the couch and watching TV in the evening, I'll do a long forward bend sequence in the evening, right? So that's it. I just make it mine. I just make the practice mine.